Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today's story is going to be a pretty funny story. Not for the guy, but it'll be funny for us. You'll understand. So yeah, this story all takes place back in 2024. Now this was back in December of 2024, so it was literally just almost over a year ago. So like I said, this story takes place back in June. Me and my family were going on a trip. We were going on a out of the country trip for my graduation. It was a little graduation party that my parents wanted to have. So we went to Costa Rica. If you don't know, in Costa Rica, the legal drinking age there is 18. So obviously I was allowed to drink. Now this was going to be the first time that I was going to be able to drink in front of my parents and not have them be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So obviously I'm excited the whole way there. I'm excited whenever I get the option to pick if what we do. Obviously I said Costa Rica because Costa Rica is nice and I get to drink there. And I was excited the whole time that my parents were saying, like, you know, we're going to go there. I was excited on the way to the airport. I was excited on the plane ride. I was even more excited whenever we landed because I knew as soon as we went there, everything was legal for me to do. And literally our hotel, right? The resort that we stayed at. As soon as you walk in, there's a little area on the left, and it is just filled with just drinks. Like you can just drink your fucking life away. And me and my dad obviously just started drinking because, you know, what son and father are not going to drink? Obviously we're going to. So that's like one of the first things that we did. Now for the first few days, we kind of stayed at the resort, you know, just like chill at the pool, you know, drank. And I drank every single day. There was not a day in Costa Rica where I did not have a drink in my hand or was not consuming a drink. So obviously I was drinking my life away. I was talking to women, trying to get something, because at this point I was lonely and I was like, fuck, I need something. And I thought, hey, let's get drunk and talk to some women, right? And I met this one girl. Me and her were talking, you know, stuff was going well. And me and her were going to meet at this little party that my resort was having, right? So, but the thing was that me and my family were having dinner at the steakhouse. So first we went to the steakhouse. I was texting her. She said she was there and I told her I would meet her there. She said, all right. And after that, me and my family finished up, and obviously I'm rushing over there, right? Because I'm like, okay, bet I'm gonna go ahead and meet this girl. You know, maybe something happened. So I walk over to the little party that the place having, right? And I see her, but she's talking with two other guys. And as soon as I see this, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so disappointed. I was so sad. I was like, dude, I've been talking to this girl for like 15 hours. I know, right? 15 hours. But it felt more like a day with where my mindset was at. I was like, fuck, whatever. So I just went up to the bar, got a drink, and just started drinking my life away. That's literally what I said out loud to myself. I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and drink my life away, because why not? Drink the pain away. That's what I mean. I was going to drink the pain away. So I'm just drinking, and then this one girl comes next to me, right? And she orders up a drink. And she's like, hey, what's your name? I tell her Jacob. I ask her what her name is. And for the sake of the story, we're just going to say that her name is Allison. Yeah. So she's like, my name's Allison. That's obviously not her real name. But she's like, yeah, my name's Allison. I'm like, nice to meet you, Allison. And me and her get to talking, you know, where we're from, stuff like this. I think she's from like Texas or something like that. And keep in mind, I live in North Carolina, so it was really, really far. So it was pretty cool that I met her there. So me and her just get talking, you know. I tell her that I was originally here to go see that girl, but she's talking to other guys. She's like, damn, that's tough. And me and her just keep on drinking, just do more and more. And she's like, hey, you want to come with me and see some of my family? And I'm like, sure, why not, you know? I'll go meet her family, you know? Already me and her family, we're not even together. So I walk over to this other bar area. I start talking with some of her family. Her family's pretty cool. She's got two other sisters and some brothers, so I started talking with them, and we're all taking shots. Now, obviously, you can't not take shots whenever you're with a bunch of girls, because then you're gonna look like a pussy. So obviously, I had to take these shots, but it was actually really good. It was like this Mexican candy. It was I don't know what it was called, but I think the shot was called Mexican candy. I think that's what they told me it was. That's at least what they told me it was. Who knows what the fuck I could have been taking? That could have been acid mixed with just like beer. I'm sure it wasn't, but you know what I mean. So we start taking all these shots, and me and the girl decide that, you know, this game pretty boring. So we go up to this little room, not a room, but it was a bar on the inside of the resort. So we go up to the bar on the inside of the resort. We start drinking even more. At this point, my mind is like my mind is halfway there, halfway not, which is why I still remember some of this. So me and her are just talking. I forget what the fuck we were even talking about. I'm pulling out my phone, trying to get a little video without her noticing, to try and, just like, I was going to flex on my Instagram and be like, yo, I'm with the girl right now drinking. But obviously I could never get the video. I did get like a little sneak video, and I might just put that up just right now. So I'm just going to put up a video of just what I saw. So yeah, so that's what I saw. So it was pretty chill, but that was like the little main area of where everybody else was. I never got a video of just me and her. But anyway, so we're chilling, right? And she starts talking about her boyfriend. Now keep in mind, she told me she had a boyfriend, right? But I didn't give a fuck. My mind was thinking, yo, I'm gonna tap the fuck out of this girl. That's what my mind was saying. So she keeps talking about, I just got the boyfriend, and he's not there, he's doing this stuff, and I keep thinking, well, if your boyfriend's not here, I'm always here. And she kept saying, no, I can't do that because that would be cheating. And keep in mind, she's getting progressively more and more drunk, to the point where she does not think with her mind. So me just keep on talking. And about 10 minutes later, I keep saying, what happens in Costa Rica stays in Costa Rica, trying to use that little line. And out of fucking nowhere, she grabs my face and just full-blown kisses me on the lips. I'm not fucking lying. I couldn't lie if I told you. She did that. And after that, I was fucking stunned. I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened? There's no way this shit is happening right now. Now, I guess me and her were both drunk, so it makes sense, right? So after that, I'm like, wow. I was stunned for words. I didn't have anything to say. And after that, me and her just keep on talking. More of her family comes up, and we don't tell a fucking single person in her family. We don't tell them at all what happened. And after that, we kind of just kept on talking and drinking. And then after that, it was getting pretty late. At this point, it was getting to be like 12 to 1 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, fuck, I got to go back to my room because my parents are gonna start wondering where I am. So I give her a hug, I tell her to have a good night, and I go back to my room. Now, what the unfortunate part was this was literally the last day of us staying there, because she was even like, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I'm fucking going on a plane and leaving. She's like, oh, I thought I could have seen you at the pool. And this disappointed me so much, because I was like, are you serious right now? I could have stayed another day and probably gotten some from this girl. I probably could have gotten some. If I got a kiss, I probably could have gotten some. But you win some, you lose some. So I go back up to my room, knock on the door. I'm drunk as fuck. My mom looks at me and says, Jacob, you're drunk. Go to bed. And I'm like, all right. So I walk inside. And after that, I knock out. I don't even remember what happened. I don't even remember getting in my bed. As soon as I walked into the hotel room, I was knocked out. And next thing you know, I'm waking up. We're packing our stuff, and we're leaving. And yeah, that was basically it. That was kind of just like this. That was kind of like the skimmed version of my Costa Rica trip. If y'all do want to hear a full-fledged story of my Costa Rica trip, just what I did there, it's not like it wouldn't be any like crazy story or anything like specific. It would just literally just be a Costa Rica trip. But if y'all want me to talk about my time in Costa Rica, then just let me know by liking this video and just commenting. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. To this day, I don't think her boyfriend has ever found out that me and her kissed. And I really hope the guy never finds out, because then I'm going to get my ass beat. Probably not, actually, because the dude lives in Texas. But, what happened to Costa Rica stays in Costa Rica. But, yeah, that's basically the end of the story. Pretty crazy story. Costa Rica, I will definitely always remember this trip and always thank my parents for letting me go on this trip, because that would have never happened. I wouldn't have the story to tell y'all. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. So if y'all did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and have a great day. I will see you all later. I can't believe we ended things. I am so through. Thought you would be my girl, you were my whole world, but now I watch the memories go into a swirl. Things that I